Joining me, as he does every week, is the host of the US Report on Sky News, one-third of The Outsiders, James Morrow. James, Chris Christie going for the jugular.
Well, yeah, I guess he's going for the jugular there. I haven't seen such energy like that since the old Jeb Bush Please Clap campaign back in 2016. It's really interesting hearing that all these candidates are now coming out of the woodwork. You've got Christie, you've got Mike Pence. Everybody wants to be the anti-Trump. But, of course, I don't think anybody really expects that Chris Christie is going to be the nominee. Certainly not Mike Pence. There's so much animosity to him. So it's a curious sort of all-in sort of mode that we're in now.
The one thing Christie's doing separate or different to the other contenders is he's taking Trump head on. The others are all sort of treading around him very delicately.
Yeah, and it's interesting, though, he's taking him dead on, but Donald Trump isn't really returning the favor. And the thing we know about Trump is he only starts to react when he considers you a threat. That's why he's been so absolutely vicious to Ron DeSantis, including up to the point of saying, you know what, I don't like the word woke anymore. Woke doesn't mean anything, which is a great way to disarm DeSantis from one of his great sort of, one of the great arrows in his quiver.
Indeed. And what about the threats to Trump? The latest legal moves, the Department of Justice, it looks like there's going to be further action on that potentially within hours, James.
Well, look, you're going to hear all about it on the U.S. Report tomorrow night at 8. But in the meantime, I think, and we've been talking about this every week on this show, if they try and indict Trump again, and they let Hunter Biden continue to skate, considering that there's so many indictable offenses recorded on his laptop that have been broadcast all over the world, it's going to be this real. It's going to give Trump just a lot of ammunition to say, look, the FBI, the alphabet agencies, the police are all lined up for the Democrats against me because they're letting this other guy go. And if you had a normal sort of position where you didn't have the Bidens in the White House, a Trump would look a lot worse. But, because you've got the Bidens with all the stink that hangs around them as well, like a bad smell, it creates this whole other thing where it becomes a game of relativities. Now, that game of relativities, of course, brings the entire race down. But, on another level, if one guy keeps getting prosecuted and there's leaks about that and the other guy doesn't and there's nothing, it tells you something.
James Morrow, US Report, as you said, 8 p.m. tomorrow night. We'll be tuning in. Thanks.
Thanks, kid.